first speaker is John Lynch. John is a fellow Cork man, and he's going to tell us about compostable packaging. John.
Thanks, Ross. Hello, everybody. Just starting off this morning, we've been asked to, run through some of the differences between biodegradable and compostable. So the company I work for is Down2Earth materials, and what we do is we specialise in certified compostable products for the food service industry. So for delis, cafes, restaurants, any food that gets taken away, all the products we go into compostable packaging. What that means is it's actually made from plants. There are no petrochemical products in the range. So, biodegradable versus compostable, what's what? As there's a lot of people out there being greenwashed. So are we all being greenwashed? The act of misleading consumers regarding the environmental benefits of a product or service. So the most common being biodegradable versus compostable. So if you look at disposable cutlery, this picture of a fork up there, a fork or a knife, just a few samples here. We have a knife here, which is, this is biodegradable. This is actually made from petrochemical polymers, and when it's finished with it usually ends up in a landfill and it breaks apart. But how long would that actually break apart? It could take, it's very misleading because it could actually take an unspecified amount of time to break down. So it could actually take up to 1,000 or 10,000 years to break down. It's an unspecified amount of time for a biodegradable product. So biodegradable does not necessarily mean eco-friendly. As you can see from that particular green knife there, it's made from oil. So why is that? Well, if you look at plastic bottles, if they end up in landfill, they could take anything from 70 to 450 years to fully biodegrade. Plastic bags, they could take anything from 500 to 1,000 years to fully biodegrade. Tin cans, approximately 50 years to fully biodegrade. Leather shoes, 25 to 40 years to fully biodegrade. So almost everything is biodegradable. Everything will break down eventually, it's just an unspecified amount of time. So what's so special about compostable packaging? Well, something that's compostable, I'll just bring up this knife here. This is our compostable knife. So this is made not from oil, this is made from plants. And the polymers that make this are actually plant-based, they're made from cornstarch. So this will actually break down within 8 to 12 weeks. Now legally it has to break down within 180 days. So anything that's compostable must be certified compostable, and it has to break down within 180 days at a commercial composting facility. So, compostable packaging essentially is brown bin packaging. The whole idea is that when you're finished with it, you put it into your food waste. So, hotel, restaurant, cafe, privately at home as well, you can put it into your brown bin at home. You see knives, forks, coffee cups, soup containers, lids, all of our products straight into the food waste bin. Because they're compostable, they're certified compostable, they get shredded with food waste. Within a couple of days they start breaking down, and after 6 to 12 weeks they fully break down into compost. So that compost is very environmentally friendly. It's not a waste product, it's a resource. It's spread on local agricultural land. So the commercial composting facility, they provide the best composting conditions, and they handle very large volumes of waste, and they can break down waste very quickly under ideal composting conditions. This compost is then sold back to farms, nurseries, and people come and buy compost. It's a product, it's a resource. So for commercial composting, we need the ideal conditions to break down compostable products. And what they have is they control the temperature. So for example, PLA breaks down at about 62 degrees Celsius. So they're controlled, and they also monitor the airflow and make sure that the compost heaps, the windrows, that microorganisms receive enough oxygen to survive and reproduce. And obviously they monitor the moisture content of the heaps. Microorganisms require the adequate moisture levels to survive. So compostable packaging is principle packaging. You can see here just a little, I suppose, a circle, because we manufacture everything using plants. And you see cutlery, cold cups, sandwich containers, hot cups, hot cup lids, all those get recycled with food waste. It's called organics recycling. That's then made into compost and then re-spread onto agricultural land. So the cycle, you're closing the loop as such. So remember, if an item is biodegradable, it will decompose, but the length of time it will take to fully decompose is unspecified. It could take a couple of years, it could take thousands of years. If something is compostable, if it's certified compostable, and in Ireland and in Europe, it has to be compostable to EN 13432. In America, it uses ASTM 6400, and it's a different system, and not everything that is compostable to that standard will compost in Ireland or the UK. So for food service packaging, compostable packaging really is the best. It doesn't matter if packaging is covered with food, such as ketchup or sandwich, it can all go into one bin. Although the products are made of mixed materials, they're all completely compostable, meaning share the same recycling stream. This is actually very important because if you have oil-based, say, sandwich container, and it's made from polyethylene, and if it's contaminated with food, which most of them are, people put them into the landfill bin, people put them into the dry recycling bin, that normally ends up in landfill or incineration. It can't be composted because it's made from oil. However, if you use a cornstarch a compostable sandwich container, it goes straight into the food waste bin. That's composted usually within 6 to 8 weeks or 12 weeks at maximum, and it's made into compost, a product or a resource. Just some of the stats that we prepared for 2015 based on sales supply of compostable materials in Ireland. We saved approximately 107 tonnes of carbon. We saved 49 tonnes of virgin pulp material, and we potentially diverted 110 tonnes from landfill. So for the last couple of years, we've been working with Board Bia, and one big event that we work with them is Bloom in the Park in the Phoenix Park. So at this event, all the exhibitors and traders up there must use compostable packaging. And I'll just quickly show you in the photograph the bins. You see that the Bloom bins, they have food and compostables, recyclables, and general waste. So the principle is that you put your food on your plate, your compostable plate, your knife and fork, your hot cups, your deli containers, all go into the one bin. That actually gives a better quality of recycling streams then for dry recycling. And of course, your crisp packet that's not recyclable will end up into general waste. So that gets taken away. And actually, at the 2014 Bloom, we diverted 4 tonnes of compostable materials that was collected and composted locally in Leinster. So, just wrapping up, Down2Earth materials, we're very eco-aware, we make great cooking, great looking. Let's just see some photographs of the products that's available at the moment. We're making Ireland even greener. We work with composting facilities all around Ireland. We make eco a piece of cake. And just wrapping up, what we've achieved here in Ireland so far is we're members of the CRAID Composting Association of Ireland. We've all our products passed by the composting industry. We won an award in 2013 for outstanding contribution to the composting industry. And what that means is we work with commercial composting facilities on an ongoing basis with new products, make sure they're all tested and break down. All your commercial food waste and domestic brown bin waste gets taken by law to be commercially composted. It can't go to landfill. Those rates in Ireland are approximately 40-45% cheaper than going to landfill. So there's key savings for businesses and households by using compostable packaging. We've also achieved a REPAC award in 2014 for the Sustainable Packaging Award, as well as our packaging peers in Ireland recognise our products and services. And this year we've been a finalist as well for the Small Firms Association. So that's about it. Thanks for listening. If you need any further information on our products and services, we're just on stand 95 on the way here. Thanks very much. Thanks, Russ.
Okay.